simple baking for fall magazine, I'm going to be doing a bit of soft spoken and whispering to hopefully trigger some very nice tingles. Alright, so I picked up this magazine from Ralph's the other day, and it says, "Enjoy the cozy season with freshly baked treats, cookies, cakes, pies, biscuits, and sticky rolls, breads, and muffins." So it says, inside Baking for Fall, it has cookies and bars. It says, "Nothing could be easier than mixing up a batch of cookies to share with friends and family." Chapter 2 is Cakes and Cupcakes. Indulge your sweet tooth with these fast and easy cake recipes that impress without the stress. Chapter 3 is Pies, Crumbles, and Tarts. Think beyond Thanksgiving. Pies are perfect treats for fall. Flavors from pecan to apple. Next up, we have loaves and muffins, also called quick breads. These recipes bake fast for a sweet or savory autumn-inspired taste. If you hear that humming in the background, that's my laptop flipping out. So that's what that is. Chapter 5 is Breads, Biscuits, and Rolls. Fresh from the oven, these breads and more will warm tummies on a cool, crisp day. Look at how beautiful these cookies are. Don't you just want to pick one up and eat one? They look so good. So it says cookies and bars. Not only are cookies quick and easy to whip up, just 15 minutes on average in the oven, but making a big batch means there's plenty for a bake sale or the whole family to get 3 each. Keep them fresh. Fill your cookie jar only with sturdy cookies that can withstand a pile-up. Otherwise, pack cooled cookies into an airtight container and keep them at room temperature. Store bars, either cut or uncut, covered in their baking pans at room temperature, up to 4 days. Now, these cookies are the chewy chocolate walnut cookies, which sounds delicious. So it says for the chewy chocolate walnut cookies. These flourless cookies are rich, chocolatey, and chewy on the inside with a crispy edge. Best of all, it takes just 15 minutes to whip up a batch. And then over here, we have cherry ginger hermit bars, which sound really interesting. Peanut butter and candy bar thumbprint cookies. For a twist on the classic peanut butter blossoms, we placed mini candy bars into warm peanut butter thumbprints for the perfect combo of chewy chocolate and salty sweet cookies. And over here, we have cranberry shortbreads. We gave soft and buttery shortbread cookies a sweet tart upgrade with the addition of chopped cranberries and a savory rosemary sugar. That sounds so good. I love rosemary. Look at how cute. Look at how cute these ones are. These are the pecan berry bursts. And then over here, we have crispy, chewy chocolate chip cookies. Oh, look, it's vegan. It says, "Who said cookies need butter or eggs to be ooey and gooey?" This rich and decadent version is melt in your mouth delicious and stuffed with chocolate chips. That looks so good. So this was on the cover, and I want to try this one because of the maple roasted strawberries. Alright, so for the skillet cookie sundaes, we have classic chocolate chip cookies get a makeover in this spoonable skillet version thanks to the addition of shredded coconut and a buttery graham cracker crust. Top it off with ice cream, roasted fruit, salty caramel, and spicy candy nuts for the ultimate sundae. And then for the maple roasted strawberries, it says preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. In a large bowl, whisk together 2 tablespoons maple syrup, 1 tablespoon olive oil, 2 teaspoons balsamic vinegar, and 1/4 teaspoon kosher salt. Fold in 1 pound of strawberries, whole and halved. Spread in a single layer on a parchment-lined baking sheet and roast just until the juices are thickened, 40 to 45 minutes. That sounds so good. Alright, so this next one, we have lemon thyme coins. It says to make these subtly sweet slice and bake cookies, we took a classic sugar cookie dough, added lemon zest and fresh thyme leaves, then topped them with a thick and tangy lemony glaze. That sounds so good. So, the next chapter is cakes and cupcakes. Cakes don't have to be complicated. Whether you're making a simple iced sheet cake or an upside-down concoction filled with fruit, these recipes prove that cakes can be both impressive and easy to assemble, keep them fresh. Unfrosted cakes can be wrapped in plastic, cupcakes in an airtight container, and kept at room temperature for up to 1 week. Refrigerate anything that has a topping or filling made with dairy, like cream cheese, sour cream, or yogurt. Now right over here, we have the flourless fudge cake, and that looks so good. So for the flourless fudge cake, it is gluten-free. It says, this rich, decadent chocolate dessert is made entirely without gluten and, best of all, comes together in a single pot for the easiest cleanup. So fast and easy, you don't even need a special occasion. This is another one that piqued my interest when I saw it. It looks kind of scary, but very delicious at the same time. It says it's the sticky plum upside down cake, which is something I might actually be able to eat because I'm allergic to pineapple. Right. So it says, take advantage of the fall and of plum season with the sweet and sticky cornmeal cake, baking it fruit on the bottom style, then flipping the whole thing over gives you a beautiful presentation without a ton of effort. Here's another one that looks really good. It's the apple spice cake. It says, this delicious snacking cake has the perfect blend of warm spices and a moist texture thanks to the orange juice, all topped with classically fall sweet cinnamon apples. And this little note right here says, for the perfect apple texture, use both Granny Smiths, which keep their shape when baked, and Macintoshes, which soften very easily. This is another weird one, which might not be that weird, but I've never had it. Here's the picture down here. It's the spiced parsnip cakes. I've never thought to put a parsnip in a cake. Although I guess they're kind of like carrots, so it would make sense. At least I think, if I'm thinking of the right vegetable. It says, both parsnip and butternut squash have natural sugars and a creamy consistency that makes them perfect for mixing into moist cake batters like this one. We added in warm spices like nutmeg and ginger, then topped it with a rich brown butter frosting for the ultimate fall dessert. That sounds so good. And as of my recording this, pumpkin spice lattes just went back on the menu at Starbucks. So I'm really excited to go get one. But for now, I can read We amped up the cozy flavors by adding a mix of pumpkin puree and molasses, then topped off the whole batch with cream cheese frosting. And then over here, we have this other one that I'm interested in trying. It's the Clementine olive oil cake. It says, no more waiting for butter to soften. Extra virgin olive oil lends moisture and texture to the citrus cake. We topped ours with sugared sliced almonds for crunch and sweet candied clementines for chew. And then over here, it tells you how to candy your clementines. It says, in a medium skillet, cook 1.5 cups each granulated sugar and water over low heat until the sugar dissolves. That's also how you make a traditional simple syrup, like what you see in bars and stuff for mixing drinks. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. Add 3 small clementines, thinly sliced, and cook about 1 hour. Transfer the clementines to a baking sheet lined with silicone baking mat and bake at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Parchment paper also works. Turning twice until dried, about 2 hours. Cool completely, then coat the edges in granulated sugar if desired. This right here, I really want to try like all of the non-traditional cakes in this recipe book, especially this one. It's the most interesting in my opinion. It is a tomato soup cake. It says this secret ingredient spice cake dates back to the Depression, when dairy was hard to come by. We updated our version, but kept in the canned condensed tomato soup. It makes the cake super moist, while surprisingly not adding any actual tomato flavor. That sounds so interesting. Now onto pies, crumbles, and tarts. There's more to pies than just pumpkin, though we've got that too. From upgraded pecan pies to cranberry hand pies and crowd-pleasing sheet pan apple pies. There's a fall flavor for everyone. Pro tip: make and freeze pie dough ahead of time, or buy a pre-made option for even faster results. Keep them fresh. Fruit or nut pies can be covered with plastic wrap or foil and stored overnight at room temperature. For longer storage, refrigerate them. Cheesecakes and custard pies should be moved to the fridge as soon as they're cooled. This one here is interesting. It is a chocolate pretzel pecan pie. Looks kind of scary. It says for the chocolate pretzel pecan pie, classic southern pecan pie gets a sweet and salty upgrade thanks to rich, bittersweet chocolate chips and crunchy pretzel pieces. And this looks like a toaster strudel. And toaster strudels will always remind me of being a little girl sitting in front of the TV and watching like the Barbie princess movies. I don't know why, but I always had to have a toaster strudel whenever I watched the Barbie movies. This is a cranberry sauce hand pie. Think beyond turkey when it comes to cranberry sauce. We mixed the fall staple with fresh berries and wrapped them up in pie crust for a delicious handheld dessert your whole family will gobble up. Here's another odd one, but it looks delicious. It's a grape slab pie. It says, "Pie crust lovers, this one's for you." Made in a shallow baking sheet, slab pies such as this little-known sweet tart grape version offer a lower crust to filling ratio than your traditional pie dish pie. This is another one that I've always wanted to try. I just think they look so beautiful and elegant. It is an apple blossom tart. Serve up this sweet twist on classic apple pie. A spice cookie crumb crust tart is topped with sweetened cream cheese and a spiral of vibrant pink lady apple slices, then baked until tender for the ultimate presentation. So this very scary looking pie is called a shoofly pie. It says, "This molasses-based pie can be traced back to the 1880s Pennsylvania Dutch, when its intense sweetness supposedly attracted flies. Today, it is still made with mostly pantry ingredients and comes together quickly for a unique sweet treat." And then we have our mini apple raspberry pies. They just look so cute. Everyone gets their own personal pie with a batch of these muffin pan fruit-filled cuties. If you've never made a lattice top before, this scaled-down version is easier than your standard deep dish, and it will help make you look and feel like a pro. Oh, and then here's another one that looks really interesting. It's the lemon buttermilk tart. Citrus may seem summery with its bright flavors, but its growing season actually starts in the late fall, making to your autumn pie rotation. And it's funny that it says that it starts in late fall, because at my parents' house they have like 2 lemon trees, I think like 2 lime trees, and a grapefruit tree. And it seems like those trees are always producing. Doesn't matter the time of the year, we always have fresh lemons and fresh limes. I was really excited when I saw this. This just looks so pretty. So it is the salted caramel apple slab pie. Sweet tart apples meet salty sweet caramel sauce in the sheet pan slab pie. Store-bought caramel makes the prep even easier, while simple apple-shaped pie dough cutouts make it look extra impressive. I need to get an apple cookie cutter so I can make these. Next up, we have loaves and muffins. Sweet and savory baked goods are an easy way to add a little comfort to your fall routine. Bake up a loaf for an easy, busy morning breakfast or post-dinner dessert, or throw a muffin into a lunchbox for the perfect after-school snack. Loaves can be stored at room temperature, wrapped in plastic, up to 4 days. Muffins fare better packed into an airtight container and kept on the counter, also up to 4 days. Anything frosted should go in the fridge. Now these ones are the very berry quinoa muffins. You'd think that they would have chosen a more appealing looking muffin, because these just look flat and underdone. But oh well, they might taste good. Here we go. So this right here is the cheddar, bacon, and chive quick bread. This savory one bowl quick bread is bursting with flavor, thanks to sharp cheddar, fresh chives, and of course, bacon. This one looks really interesting too. It is the lemon rosemary olive oil bread. It says extra virgin olive oil keeps this slightly sweet loaf moist and dense, and no butter means you need only 1 bowl to mix up the batter. We added an easy rosemary lemon glaze for extra flavor. And then here's another one that I really want to try because of the Parmesan and garlic aspect to it. It says Parmesan and garlic quick bread. Sauteing fresh garlic not only makes your kitchen smell amazing, it also adds incredible flavor to this savory bread. A sprinkling of Parmesan on top before baking gives this loaf an irresistible, cheesy crust. That sounds so good. This one that I might want to try. I've never had the combination of chocolate and matcha. Chocolate matcha swirl pound cake. Made by grinding green tea leaves into a fine powder, matcha has a rich and earthy flavor that pairs perfectly with chocolate in this sweet treat. Breads, biscuits, and rolls. Nothing beats the smell or taste of freshly baked homemade bread, like an apple stuffed loaf or rosemary rolls. Save the longer recipes for a weekend indulgence or a family project. But try one of these easy biscuits tonight. Keep them fresh. Store heartier breads or rolls in plastic wrap for an airtight container at room temperature up to 1 week. Filled or iced baked goods, such as sticky buns or scones, should be kept in the fridge and re-warmed if necessary. So this right here is the hearty Irish soda bread. It looks so good. It looks so good. It says hearty Irish soda bread. Don't save this recipe only for St. Patrick's Day. This delicious, simple bread is easy to bake up all year round, with wheat germ, oats, and seeds for a hearty, feel-good flavor in any season. Here's one that I want to try. It is the fluffy apple cheddar biscuits. These light and fluffy melt-in-your-mouth biscuits are packed with the classic combination of creamy cheddar and apples with a kick of black pepper. A little salty, a little sweet, a little spicy, and a lot of satisfaction. Here we go with some scones. So this one right here is the scallion and feta. Then over here we have the ham, jalapeno, and cheddar. Then we have tangerine rosemary and the blueberry lavender. It sounds so good. Perfectly buttery cream scones Once a humble afternoon tea staple, these wedge-shaped British tea breads have taken on new life with a variety of fun mix-ins for maximum flavor, all with just 30 minutes of work or less. So this one right here is one that I really want to try too. Look at how good this one looks down here. It says apple cinnamon pull-apart bread. This sticky, sweet layered bread may look complicated, but it's actually deceptively easy to create. Plus, it's so fun to pull apart and eat. This right here looks like another good one. Reminds me of the rolls from Red Lobster, the Cheddar Bay biscuits. But these are thyme biscuits. It says, the secret to these buttery and fluffy biscuits, lemon lime soda. The carbonated drink helps them rise without imparting a sweet taste. Best of all, there's no rolling or shaping. Simply drop the batter onto baking sheets and wait 15 minutes for warm biscuit perfection. Alright, that's the end of the magazine. I hope you all enjoyed. Possibly fell asleep while I read these to you. I hope you all enjoyed spending time with me tonight. Remember, if you like what you saw, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And also, check out all of my social medias, which are